Okay, my name's Ciarion O'Reilly and I'm a former anti-war prisoner of the United States. Chelsea Manning is presently one. Most resistance to the first Gulf War and the recent version came out of the military. And Chelsea was the most significant resistor in terms of being a whistleblower to war crimes she came across when she was deployed in Baghdad in military intelligence. Julian Assange is the publisher, and he's in trouble basically for doing what the New York Times did, and that is to publish information that was leaked from a source, which is quite traditional in journalism. Behind you, maybe you'd like to do a pan, you have a pretty big media pack.
Where do you think the best shot is, to be honest? Also, be aware.
I was at Julian's first court appearance on December 7, 2010, and the only time I saw a media pack before that big was with presidential proportions, with President Bush Sr. when I was in the United States. Julian went from kind of full spectrum dominance in 2010 to being very marginalised. He's invisible for the past year because President Marino has pulled the plug on him in terms of internet visits and his free speech. So Marino seems to want to be a colony of the United States again. And like King Herod in scripture, who was a Jewish royal collaborator with the Roman occupation, he wants to deliver the head of Julian Assange on a platter. Because Julian very much is a prophet, that is someone who speaks truth to power and has to take the consequences of that. What we can do, we don't all have to go to jail. We don't all have to be electronically tagged or in sensory deprivation like Julian Assange. But when they take our brothers and sisters, we have to accompany them, to get on the streets, to get off Twitter. And you consider 1.5 million people marched in this city of London against a war that Chelsea Manning and Julian Assange exposed, and the lack of people here in solidarity, where we're outnumbered by the media, is no reflection on the characters of Chelsea Manning and Julian Assange. What it is a reflection on this society and this culture that has no clue about solidarity. So if you march, you incite people like me, who in 2003 disabled a US Navy warplane while it was refueling in Ireland and charged with $2.5 million criminal damage. You incite people in the military, like Chelsea Manning, and you incite journalists and whistleblowers. And really, when you look at the collateral murder footage, that's 2 journalists doing what these people behind you are doing, their job in Baghdad, and they were murdered by the US military. And those guys who did the murders never faced a court. Who faced a court-martial was Chelsea Manning for exposing that crime. And so we're here today in the spirit of solidarity with Julian. Julian's a friend of mine. I've visited him for many years in this embassy. And it's very tragic to me. It's very personal. And come on down.